Could you survive the Battle of the Ebro River? July 1938. The Spanish Civil War's longest and bloodiest battle occurred around this river. It became the Republic's last hope and marked its eventual end. This is a soldier of the Spanish Republican Popular Army, an army that began to take shape in October 1936. It emerged from the early militias that defended the Republic, gradually reorganized into a unified, centralized force. The aim was to build a regular army with discipline and structure, able to stand against Franco's troops. His first layer, white cotton underwear. Over that, the so-called pantalón noruego, or Norwegian trousers, easily recognized by the ankle strap, buttoned tight to keep the fabric secure in the mud and dust of the front. Republican soldiers carried a brass identification tag, often worn around the neck or on the wrist, bore their unique identification number. Next, the standard issue shirt, known among reenactors as color garbanzo, more suitable for Spanish landscape. Once again, we see the alpargatas, but this time, unlike in my previous Civil War short, worn with wool socks, a common choice in summer and during the Battle of the Ebro. The gorro cuartelero, translated as garrison cap, unlike the one seen in my previous short, green and with a tassel, is a sand-colored, more typical of the Republican Popular Army, without tassel and sometimes bearing its own insignias. Next, the carniago-type webbing, one of the most typical pieces of the Spanish Civil War. It became standard equipment for the most of the infantry units of the Republican Army. One distinctive feature of his webbing is its buckle, completely plain with no insignia, unlike the one we saw in the previous short. This simplicity was quite typical of the Republican Army during the war. Let's prepare for combat. I replaced the cap with the French Adrien M26 steel helmet, widely used by Republican troops. These helmets were purchased from France, but unlike the French originals, they lacked the national emblem on the front, a detail that clearly distinguished them in the Spanish Civil War. To finish, the soldier arms himself with the Mosin Nagant rifle, a weapon widely carried by Republicans across nearly every front of the war. With the bayonet attached, he is ready for close combat. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, and you can follow me on Instagram at Reenactors Cave for more. And stay tuned because new content is coming soon to the channel.